Pure Country, 106.7, and how quick an hour flies by. Man, it just seems like we've been here about 5 minutes, and we've already gone through a whole hour of great Neal McCoy music, getting ready for the big show tonight down at Cypress Bayou Casino. And, Neal, I feel like me and you talk every morning on the Facebook because I tend to get on during the pledge, and every so often you get hung up on not reading your handwriting on the today in history things, and I'm trying to type it as fast as I can. It's this. And speaking of which, yesterday morning it was Judy Rodman until I met you.
That's what it was. Doggone it.
And I'm sitting there, and I couldn't type it fast enough for you. But you're up to 868 on the pledge. Tell us how that got all started.
You know, it just started 868 days ago. I just woke up one day. It was before presidential election, before any of that. And I said, you know what? We have this country just is kind of in a little turmoil. People not sure who they're going to vote for, what's going on. So I just said, the one thing that I can do is I'll just write the Pledge of Allegiance on my Facebook page because I love our country. I always have because of my mom growing up in the Philippines and telling us what a great country and how fortunate we should be that we live in the greatest country on earth. And I just said, I'm gonna start writing that. So I wrote it for a little while. People just started writing it back to me, and I thought that's pretty cool. So when Facebook Live came around, I said, I'm just going to try and go live and see if anybody will follow me. And because of that, we've got a lot of people on board that miss saying the Pledge of Allegiance like we used to do when we were young in school and all that. And we just got a great following of patriots that love our country and love what we stand for and respect our flag and our military. And it's just grown into what it has, and I'm glad it has. I'm glad that I can fly the colors and be somebody that's leading that charge.
Absolutely. And like I said, we watch it and we try to share it every morning that we think about it. We're not consecutive. Right. We're not Cal Ripken like you are on every morning, every morning. But hey, we do get on there as much as we can and share it for you because we're finding that a lot of folks around our area enjoy it, and I'm seeing other folks sharing it. Sometimes I'm seeing it from somebody else sharing it instead of it popping up when you pop up. And of course,
that's fantastic.
And then, of course, you do another thing in the evening, just talking on Facebook. Once again, Facebook Live, and that's where we talk about the wine. I guess because it's happy hour most of the time when you're talking about that. Tell us about this wine that you have out.
Man, I appreciate you giving me the opportunity. It's called Neal McCoy wine, and it's just we got 3 varietals or flavor. I call them flavors. The wine connoisseurs call them varietals, but I've got a Chardonnay, a Cabernet Sauvignon, or Cab Sav, and a blush wine, a sweet wine, and I just, you know, the people have been talking to me about it, and I'm not a big wine drinker, but my wife and daughter probably consume enough for us 3 and 4 or 5 people, and they wanted me to do it, and they got on board and helped with the taste and all that, and we came up with what our flavors are, and they're loving it, and we're having a good time with it. And a lot of people around the country are ordering it and giving us great response. And who knows, maybe somebody out there want to grab a bottle of Neal McCoy wine. Why not?
Absolutely. And, of course, you're also on the road touring because a lot of times when we see you doing the pledge, you are on your way, or when you're doing just talking, you're just getting ready for the shows. And so you're still playing a lot of shows each and every year. You're still out there on the road.
We are. We're doing 100, 110 shows every year. That puts us on the road about 200 days trying to just get to and from. And man, we're out hooping it. And we're glad we can. We're glad that, you know, when we had the hits in the 90s, we developed quite a following and they believe in us and continue to support us. And now new folks, because of the pledge, are getting turned on to us. And we're glad that we can still work and continue to do what we do and love what we do for a living. Shoot.
Well, you know, it's one of those cases where, you know, the music that you did back in the 90s and to a certain extent, I mean, what we specialize here on Pure Country is everything from Waylon and Willie, the Outlaws, all the way through when country was hot in the 90s. And that's what we play. That's our playlist. We don't play any of the new stuff. We play the older stuff, and it's nothing against the new stuff because there are people out there that like the new stuff. Me personally, I sort of like to hear it back when I call it when it was good. And, you know, and I mean, I'm sorry, you know, back in the 90s, I could go through country music in the 90s and I could basically tell you how my week went with just song titles because y'all were singing about real world life.
Yes, sir. That's exactly right. And very good way to put it. And I'm with you. The new stuff is a little different, although there's some great artists out there. This Chris Jansen is a fantastic artist. I'm loving him. But there's some good stuff, but a lot of it is, for the lack of a better description, bro country-ish, and I'm not about it either.
I got you. Well, and I, especially if I think there's a lot of folks just like me and you out there that aren't about all the bro country-ish, because a lot of folks love what we're doing here on Pure Country, and we're happy to say that Neal McCoy's a part of our Pure Country playlist, and you always will be. And that's not just because I'm a huge fan; it's because the music is great.
I appreciate you saying that. And, man, I can't thank you enough for taking the time to let folks know we're going to be there tonight, and hopefully we'll have a big crowd. And I promise, like you said, if you don't like it, we'll get Les Martinez to give your money back.
That's it. You'll have to look him up on Farmers Only.
That's right.
I remember that joke from a couple of concerts back.
Oh, my God.
All right, Neal, we look forward to seeing you, and I get the honor of bringing you up on stage tonight.